related to your normal day-to-day life and what you think about your area of perception about um, physical exercise in your area and things like that. So, as I mentioned before, this session will be recorded. So, do you have consent for that? Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, your voice was not audible.
Okay. Okay. Is it better now?
Yeah, yeah, okay. So, do
Mm-hmm. Go
you
ahead.
have consent to record this?
Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So, I'll start then. So, before that, do you have any further question?
No. No. Not really, Siddhant.
Okay.
Go ahead.
So, can you describe the area in which you live? Uh, urban, suburban, rural?
Actually, I'm at my native place right now, and my native place is in the very remote location in one of the district in Bihar. It is actually located just beside the Nepal border, and I can think of my area as a village, not urban or suburban. It's in village rank.
So, do you have like a sufficient gym parks for public people to those who want to exercise?
Actually, those things are not available in my village. We have to travel at least 10 or 12 kilometers to avail those kind of services.
Okay, so what do you think your in your area general perspective about the physical exercise?
Okay. In my area, actually, yeah, people think about physical exercises, but not by the modern technology like using gym or gym equipments. They are still thinking about the conventional methods like doing cardio exercises like running, jogging. These things. Push-ups, pull-ups, these things they do on a regular basis in the village itself. But thinking about the gym equipment or the gym is still not very common in my area actually.
So,
People usually do joke about those things like we do not need the gym equipment or gym to do such things.
okay, okay, but they already do hard work, so
Yeah, yeah,
they think
exactly.
like that. Okay, so
Hmm.
you said people normally do in conventional way. So, exactly what category of what section of your locality do exercise regularly, like age basis?
Okay, there are different perspective. If you look at the age sections for the exercise, and actually, if I talk about the young generation, like the early teenagers, then in my village, actually, the teenagers are actually very interested to join army or armed force because those things to join those armed forces are relatively easy. I am saying that because you can join those forces by achieving the physical fitness up to that level. So to join those armed forces like army or whatever, so they usually go for running at early morning, like 3 o'clock in the morning, and most of the teenagers do follow this routine. Like they go for the running, like 4 kilometers or 5 kilometers. After that, they do push-ups, pull-ups, those things. After that, there is a majority of people who fall into the adult zone, like 30s to 30s age group, 30s age group. they usually do the normal work, like some of them are laborers or farmers. So by following their daily to daily routine, they usually do hard work in their field. Like if a laborer go to a work, he usually do hard work there. If a farmer go to their field, then they do hard work there. So there is no extra routine. There is no extra routine for them for the physical exercise. So this is the type of thing
but
that people usually do, and people follow this. Mhm.
the labor and farmers you told about, so they just carry on with their work. Like when we
Mhm.
exercise, we uh, focus on certain area like building strength or
Mhm.
legs or any such technicalities.
What?
So
Mhm.
like
Mhm.
they don't do such thing, they just go with their daily life, and
Yeah.
so they don't
They just focus on they just focus on their work, and I think the way they do their job, like they have to uh, what you say, they have to harvest
field.
their field, right? So they had to do hard work with whatever cattle or whatever machines or whatever. So by following that, they actually get warmed up or physically active. They do not do a particular muscle group exercise or something like that. They usually follow their routine, and they get physically pumped or whatever.
Yeah. uh, so you so why do generally people in your area exercise, like you told, for teenagers, like they want to go to army or
Armed
armed
forces.
forces.
Hmm.
So,
Hmm.
do you see any other people, those who exercise for a different motive, or they have a different
I
purpose?
I don't see a majority of people do exercise for a bulky body or something like that. Uh, Quite frankly, in a population of almost 15,000, I think the people who live in my village, I think two or three people are doing exercises in the gym, using the gym for the physically bumped up body or something like that.
So, when and where did you last exercise?
Today morning.
In your home only.
No, I had to travel to my district, 12 kilometers to go to gym.
So, you regularly travel this distance?
Actually, I started using gym equipments in the April this year, and in the April I ordered few home gym equipments from Amazon, from a particular website actually. And I and two or three of my friends started doing the exercises at our home. And after that, I thought that I need to join a gym because of the lack of the proper gym equipment. And then I joined my district's gym 1 month back.
So, what exactly do you find the difference between like doing exercise in your house and in gym? Like there is obviously difference in equipments, but
Exactly.
what other things that are that you feel is different?
See, yeah, see, for any routine, or I can say for anything which needs motivation, or which needs you to have that kind of motivation, you need an environment, and you will get excited seeing others, or by talking with others. And I think having 12 or 15 or 20 people around you doing the same exercise, talking about how you will get better, and if you are doing wrong, they will correct you. So I think that kind of environment you will get in a gym, and that is the main thing why I joined my district gym. After that, actually, gym equipment is one thing. You mentioned that. I don't see any other reason. I will get a proper gym trainer as well there, and particular environment which will motivate me. So that's the reason actually.
Uh, so, do you, since you said you exercise regularly, so what is your biggest motivation?
Siddhant, uh, Siddhant, your voice is not coming clear. Can you please repeat?
Yeah, since you said you do exercise regularly, so what is your biggest
Mm-hmm.
motivation to stay fit?
Okay. So first of all, currently I am 26 years old, and for my 25-year if you leave last 1 year, I have been thinner during all my life, and to get a fitter body, actually, I thought of that as a good choice. And after that, I have one friend in my village itself, and he was also thinner like me. One year back, he joined the gym. He is now a trainer of that same gym. You can see the kind of improvement that he got. He got a bulky body. He is now he have a good physique. So he is actually my inspiration to join the gym. Also, one incident happened with me in the Holi that actually motivates me to do physical exercise regularly. So yeah, this is the motivation for me.
So, like you saw your friends' result, then that motivated you. Sorry,
Exactly,
that motivated
exactly,
you.
exactly.
Okay.
Hmm.
So, among friends, family, colleague, there are some who are fitness fit, some who are just stay just to stay healthy. They regularly exercise or play,
Hmm.
or some who plan to do exercise and they keep procrastinating it, and some who do not exercise. So,
Exactly.
do you discuss among those friends or colleagues about this on this topic?
See, when I started doing exercise in the April, I was not able to do one push up, and currently I can do 50 push-ups in a go. So I talked to my friend about my improvement, like how I improved throughout the months. So I tried. I told them that if I can do that, how I was previous year, and now how I am currently. So I think it also motivates me that I got that kind of improvement. So I talk to my friends about this improvement, and I try to motivate them to do some regular exercises if they are not willing to join gym or do physical exercise regularly. So yeah, I talk to we have regular discussion on this topic between our friends.
So, is there any specific circumstances under which this topic arises and you discuss? Is there like any specific?
See, when there might be few things like during the Diwali season, there were some friends who were residing outside of my village, who were residing not in my district as well, not in my state as well. They came to my village. They saw the improvement in me. They talked about it, and I discussed with them. So topic comes up, and we discussed. So something like that. Not particularly any reasons. Topic comes from anywhere. I don't see any particular reason for that.
So, reflecting to these conversations, what are the main excuses or reasons that people give for not exercising regularly?
First of all, first thing that I experienced is the denial mood. Actually, they say that I don't need any exercise. I am fit. I have this much of bicep or something like that. You need exercise. I don't need it. Secondly, some of them, if they say that yeah, I need the exercise, they say that I don't have time or I don't have the resource that will help me to do the exercise on a regular basis. So, and also, yeah, something like, yeah, these are the things. These are the things.
Like there is no need for a reason that you don't have any resource. Like you said, many people do exercise in a
Mm-hmm.
conventional way. So do you think
Mm-hmm.
they are aware of that those certain conventional methods that they could have followed?
Actually, when I started doing exercise, along with my that the friend that I mentioned earlier, who was doing the gym, his gym was not his gym was closed actually due to the lockdown. So he convinced me to go to do some push up or regular exercise using conventional way, using the bricks or the trees, something like that. We followed that routine for 1 month or 2 months, and when I discuss with my friends, and when this topic comes up, like a lack of resource or lack of time, I happily mention to them that we can do these things as well, like I did in my starting phase. I got the improvement as well, from doing no push-ups to doing 10 or 20 push-ups in that time. I got the improvement. So I discuss these things also. They are aware of it, but I think denial of, or you can say laziness, is the main thing, due to which they don't pursue the regular exercise.
So, how will you categorize these people who do not exercise regularly? Uh,
Who do not do,
exer-
but okay. Mm-hmm.
like you said, some go into denial. Uh,
Mm.
like, how do you categorize them? Who, yeah, go ahead.
I think I think denial, or saying I don't have the time or I don't have the resource, is the main factor for that excuse is the laziness. I think laziness is the main part. Uh, I don't see any reason, you don't have this, or you can do it conventionally, as you mentioned. So laziness is the main part. I don't think any other excuse can be that good.
So, if you were given task to motivate these people, so what would you do? Like,
See,
doesn't matter whether you succeed or not, but
hmm,
what would you do to at least
convince,
try to motivate
convince.
them? Okay.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
Yeah,
are.
sorry. I got a phone call. Sorry. So yeah. See, the first thing, for doing anything, you need motivation. You need inspiration. Uh, you need a excuse to go to pursue that particular thing. So I think, for convincing such people who gives excuse or something like that, we need to show, like, what are the advantage, what will be the consequences of doing physical exercises, and what will be the consequences if they don't do the regular exercises. Also, along with that, we need to give some examples as well, like the
In
bulky,
both cases, maybe
in
in
both
both
cases. Yeah,
cases. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, in both cases, you mean to say example in both cases, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, huh. Uh, that thing, and I think yeah, that will be the thing. That will be the thing.
Okay, so uh, how much do you think that dieting matters in the uh, journey of keeping yourself healthy and fit?
Okay. Let me tell you one interesting thing. When I entered workout, so there is one pamphlet in front of the gym where it is written that 30% workout, 60% diet, and 10% rest. You will get a proper body. So 60% diet. Having a proper diet, whether you are on weight training or weight loss training, whatever, or strength training, you need to have the proper diet. Otherwise, doing 1 hour, 2 hour, or a whole day workout will go in vain. So having proper diet is the main thing actually.
So, like,
Along with that, also rest is very necessary to give your muscles to have proper time to again recover from the workout that you have done. Yeah.
how much calorie you intake and how much you exercise and spend it, so that matters too. Uh,
Exactly. Actually, one of my trainer at my gym actually described to me that you are X years of you are in the you are X years of age. I am 25 years old, and he mentioned that you are this much kilo of weight. You have this much kilo of weight. You need this much of calorie to do the regular work. So you need to intake this much of amount of calories so that there will be some amount of calorie that will be stored in your body after the regular workout or regular routine that you follow in the daily to daily life. That will improve your physique. That will help your muscles to recover. So yeah, calorie intake is very 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 important.
you are trying to gain your weight. That
Yeah,
is
yeah,
why you
exactly.
said there must be some calorie in it.
Exactly,
So,
exactly, exactly.
for people who are trying to do for weight loss, uh,
hmm
they have to spend
They
more calorie.
they have to spend more calorie, and along with that, they need to take more protein based nutrition, and yeah, that's it.
So, do you think most people aware of these technicalities of these fancy terms for you can say for people who still do just hard work for their physical exercise?
They are not aware about the technical terms or technical concept, but they are aware that if you have to if you have to put on weight, you have to eat more. They might not know that this food or this diet will be giving me this much of calorie, or
Like
will it be health.
how much carbs it serve
Yeah,
for, or how much yeah.
or that diet will be healthier for me or not. They might not know that, but they know that if you have to gain weight, you have to intake more. Yeah.
So that's
So in a way,
general kind
in
of
a
perception. People do know that, but
Mhm.
they exactly don't know what to
Mm,
eat
eat
and
and what to avoid. Yeah, exactly,
what to avoid.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Hmm.
So, in your area, in your district, maybe. So, do
Hmm.
you have access to a nutritionist or dietitian, those who are specialized, who are like they have studied these things, Do you have
Uh, I I don't think there is any professional nutritionist there. Actually, the trainer in my gym, actually, whenever we go to him, he actually calls one of his nutritionist in the Delhi, and then he prepare the diet plan or something like that.
okay, okay, okay. So, but indirectly, in your district, there is
No,
only one gym, and that too, he
no.
contacts somebody else.
There are actually three or four gyms,
Okay, but like three.
but there are no perfect nutritionists.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah, okay, okay. I said okay.
Hmm.
Uh,
Mhm.
have you
Right.
ever thought of taking professional help? Can you share your experience about this? Like, see,
Can you repeat that? Your voice is not coming clear. Yeah.
yeah.
Mhm.
Have you ever thought of taking help from any professionals? Yeah, one aspect is for a diet plan, you can say. Another thing building a proper structure, proper shape to focus on certain area, like that. Do you ever thought about taking help from any professional?
See, for both of these things, actually we need professionals to guide us to set us in the right path. I don't think I have that much of access to professional nutritionist, but I have access to a particular trainer who will train me in a particular set or for a particular muscle group. Like my trainer in the gym, he has a good repo in that area, and sorry. So I we actually have that much of trust because he had gone through the whole path that we are planning to travel. So we kind of have a trust on him, on the nutrition thing, on the diet plan thing. So you can say he is our professional health.
Like he is experienced enough, you think that he can help you.
Yeah, he actually won several awards in bodybuilding thing, and
Wow.
he also went from a thinner guy to a muscular guy. He's a right guy for me to guide me in this path.
So do you think you said in your district there are 4 to 5 gyms like that, so do you think they all have trainers up to this expertise?
No, actually, he is the best in my district because I have heard from several guy who is a gym enthusiast actually in my district. Krishna of my trainer. So Krishna is the best, and many gyms wants to have him as a trainer in his gym. So I don't think other gyms have that level of trainer, but I think they have a good level of trainer. I don't think that level of trainer.
So the kind of support and professional support that you get, others gym might not have that.
Might not get it. Yeah, might not get it.
Okay.
Might be there is a chance, but
Yeah.
I don't get to contact with him. Yeah.
Yeah. So just a minute. Yeah. Okay. That's that much. So would you like to add something?
I want on the health thing, on the physical exercise thing.
So sorry.
I want to know your perspective on the physical health thing.
Okay, my perspective. See, this is a recorded thing, so I am not supposed to be like
Okay, okay,
giving
okay.
any personal.
Give personal details. Okay, okay, okay. I get it. I
I'm
get it.
just here as a learner. You can say
Okay,
I'm a child now. I just want to
okay, okay,
know your about your things.
okay, okay, okay.
Okay.
Chalo. Yeah.
Thank you, Surya.
Thank, thank you, you too. Actually, giving me this
So,
opportunity.
how did you like this interview experience?
It is a new thing for me to talk about the physical health. Actually, uh, yeah. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to talk about physical thing. 1 year back, nobody
So,
even thought about me to talk about talk on this subject.
you said you do not exactly talk about these things in details. So, do you think
Yeah.
that is also an issue in this field that people who do exercise they do not get chance to share their views or
Uh, I don't think problem lies in those people who do exercise because they are highly motivated and they want to. I
no,
believe me,
no,
they want to.
you
Uh,
got me right. Got me wrong. Sorry. Like I said,
mhm.
in mode of communication, like, do you think there is mm, a problem that people who exercise they cannot do not get a specific platform or specific time to discuss these things with people who do not exercise.
Actually, I was coming to that point actually. What I was saying is, the people who do exercise, they want to communicate. They want to, they want to pass the knowledge that they are gaining. But the problem is, the people who are not doing exercise, don't want to listen. If any guy who is doing the exercise is went to a guy who is not doing exercise and started telling about exercises and all thing, they say that he is showing off or something like that. We don't need exercise or something like that. So you can say they don't get a proper platform. Yeah, they don't get a proper platform, and the
Also,
audience is not so.
they don't get a proper audience too.
Yeah, the audience is not right. Yeah, that is what I was saying. Proper audience is not interested. That is second thing, and yeah, these two things.
Like there are people who want to share, there are people who want to listen, and
Yeah,
but somehow they mix up.
there is miscommunication. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Gap of communication, you can say. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Surya.
Thank you again, Siddhant.